Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Delana Jones, and this is your Heart Flow Moment. Yes, this is your Heart Flow Moment. I just wanted to come on here real quick, guys, and just talk to you all just for a little bit. I will not be on here very long. So I thank you in advance for your time. I was thinking the other day about how God has had me in a period of waiting. And I know that in this season of waiting, He's also teaching me how to follow. Because I am the type of person that if I don't see something happening, I will make it happen. And he's like, Delana, I need you to get out of that mode and I need you to just follow me and let me do my thing. And so in the midst of learning how to wait, I realized that me making something happen also indicated that I did not trust him fully. And so he brought me to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, where it says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. It also, some versions say that in all thy ways, submit to him and he will direct your paths. Some of them say consult him. Other ones say seek his guidance and he will direct your paths. So after I started thinking about that, I was like, you know what, Lord? I say, you're right. You are right. I'm supposed to trust you with all of my heart. I'm supposed to not worry about what I think it's supposed to be or what I feel like it should be. And I thought about a waiting room that you have, like if you go to a doctor's office, you go to a waiting room and you come in, fill out your paperwork, and then you have a seat and you wait. And I think about how a waiting room functions. And I realize that along with our trust, we have to trust God like we're sitting in a waiting room, and the first thing that God told me, he said, Delana, I need you to renew your trust. He said, because you trusted me at one while, especially in your younger years, you trusted me all the time. But now since you're an adult and you've been through so many things that you have lost, or there's a lack of trust, maybe not with everything, but some parts of your heart. And so I was like, okay, God, I get it. So he says, when you walk into that office and you fill out those forms, they ask you personal questions. They ask you, what are your symptoms? What are you experiencing? What's in your history of your family? Like, what ailments do you have? There's all these things, the question that they ask you. And these questions are personal. They are so personal. But yet and still we fill them out. And God is saying to Delana, fill out my form and let me know all the things that are going on with you. Let me know what breaks your heart. Let me know what is on your mind. That way, I want to know everything that's on your heart. And I need you to trust me with that information. Trust me with that. That information is not going anywhere. We have to learn how to trust God with our whole entire heart, with all of it. Not just some of it, not just a piece of it, but all of it. And even in the midst of that, trusting him, we have to learn how to not lean on our own understanding, and it's hard to not lean on your own understanding. I promise you it is. I know that sometimes we have those moments where like, God, I don't understand this. I don't get it. And so we go searching for an answer. We go seeking for an answer. He said, but while you're sitting in that waiting room, you're not bombarding the desk. You trust that they're going to call your name. You trust that you've given them all the information that they need. And so you sit back and you rest in your patience. And when you're in the waiting room, you're reading books, you're reading magazines, you're chit-chatting with the people next to you that are also waiting to go to the doctor. So during this time of God, he wants you to sit back and just relax. Pick up a magazine. Get in some leisure activities. In your way. Not only are you doing, what you're supposed to do with God and praying and fasting and all those things, but also you're in a waiting room. Read a book. Just make sure you do not put yourselves in positions where you have an enormous amount of stress on you because you are so eager to hear what the results are going to be or hear what the doctor's going to say about your issue or what God is going to say about your problem. We have to just rest in it and be patient and know that when he calls our name, that we will have an opportunity to go back and see him. Restore your submission, meaning restore the moments that you acknowledge me, bring those things back into play. There were moments when you did not move without talking to me. You didn't even make a left turn without talking to me. And so God wants us to restore that acknowledgement, restore that submission, restore our seek for his guidance. We used to consult him with everything. We used to be like, God, I don't want to make this move without you. Is this where you want me to go? Is this who you want me to talk to? Is this the job that you want me to take? And so he tells us that as we submit our hearts and as we trust him with all of our hearts, and as we do not lean on our own understanding, and as we rest in our patience, that we have to restore that time that we acknowledged him in every single way that we have, in every single thing that we do, because God is not going to lead us where we will not follow. And the only way we can follow is if we acknowledge him in everything that we want to do. So then that way he will be able to direct our paths and we can follow and align ourselves with his will for our lives. So as you're waiting in that waiting room, know that whenever you acknowledge him in all of your ways, that those are the moments when the doors are going to open for you. Those are the moments where they're going to call your name. And in that moment when they call your name, you're going to have to raise your expectation. I've been sitting here, I've been waiting, I've been patient, and I have submitted all of my ways to you, God. And now you've called my name. Now I'm going to the back. They're going to put me on a scale. And when you get on that scale, I want you to think about the things that you acknowledge, the ways that you trust him, and the things that you have cast upon him, and expect to have lost weight. Expect for that scale to say something totally different. There's some cares that you don't have anymore. So there's some weights that have lifted off of you. And also expect him to give you the good room. When a nurse come get you, you already know they go down these hallways or they walk past these other rooms and you're looking like, oh, I hope it's not that room. Oh, I hope it's not that room. Because there are certain rooms that are like the best rooms. They're bigger, they're nicer, and they have great chairs, and we want those to be the rooms that we get to sit in while we're waiting for the doctor. And I just believe that when we raise our expectation, then that's the when God is going to open up doors for you. There's going to be places where he's going to bring you before great men. There's going to be rooms that people are talking about you in those rooms, and you're going to step into those rooms soon. But we have to just make sure that we raise our expectation. So as you go through this week, I want you to figure out ways to renew your trust in God. Think about all the personal things that you want to tell him, all the personal thoughts and ideas and stuff that no one even knows about, and give him those things. Renew your trust in him. Rest in patience. Know that he's going to call your name. Know that he has more understanding for the situation that you do. And then restore your submission to him. Ask him, God, where is it that you want me to go? What is it that you want me to do? Because he cannot lead you where you will not follow. And lastly, once again, raise your expectations. The wait is not something to do or a way of torturing you that he wants to do. He has purpose and he has plans for your wait, but we have to just make sure that we fall into the wait gracefully. Because he definitely wants to do some great things in your life. I pray that something has been said that is going to help you throughout your week, help you throughout your month, throughout the rest of your life. You are in the waiting room and it is beneficial for you to wait. Trust him, rest in patience, restore your submission, and raise your expectation. And I believe that God is going to reward you for all those things that you waited on him for. Here at Heartflow, we share 3 times. We share with our friends, we share with our mom and them, and we share with our enemies because they need a word too. That's all I have for you guys. I thank you so much for being here with me this long. And I pray that you are encouraged to trust God while you're in the waiting room. The wait is not going to be forever, and he will call your name soon. Trust me and believe that he's going to call your name soon. All right, it's your girl, Delaney Jones, and this has been your Heartflow moment. I will see you next time.